Marty Marr on the other side of the USA. How you doing, buddy?
Good, Nicholas. What about you, huh?
I don't know what type of tone that is. I can't read you.
I love throwing people off. I have a joy in throwing people off.
You used to be a lot more reckless when you were younger. I mean, I could say the same about myself, but
Yeah, we both were.
yeah, but I'm
But
just
what do you mean?
I'm like just your personality. Like sometimes you just wanted to trigger people. Like you're a quiet individual, but if there was a camera turned on when you were younger, there's almost no limits to what you would do. No,
No
sometimes
limits.
sometimes even if it was like somebody there to influence you or to not necessarily influence you, but to like you create that energy together. You know what I mean? For example, me, you, and Larry, our friend, would always hang out. And when it was just me and Larry, or me and you, or you and Larry, it was always a different dynamic. You know, when it was just two
Yeah.
people, it was always a way different, more serious dynamic. But whenever you
Right.
added the third person, doesn't matter if it was me, if it was Larry, or if it was you, the dynamic completely changed.
Yeah, we would just gang up on people.
Yeah, it would always be like two against one, whichever way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you and Larry ganged up on me a lot. I remember that.
Oh, that sounded so gay.
Oh, fuck. You really got to take it that way, huh?
No, yeah, but uh, it's funny because I feel like there's a lot of friendships that are like that. That dynamic of adding a third person to a group, it changes everything. Because
Yeah.
I've been talking to some friends and they've been kind of we got into that conversation and they were mentioning that like, oh yeah, when you add our third friend, like it's completely different. And I'm like, fuck, that's crazy. Because I feel the same way about myself and my friends.
Yeah, but in what ways was I more reckless back then? Like, what did I do specifically that I don't do anymore?
The first thing that popped up to mind, I don't know why, is it was me, you, and Larry, and we were hanging out in Miami. I was probably like 18 at the time. Um, you were probably, what, 19 at the time. And we were hanging out in South Beach, and then we went to Five Guys, which is this burger spot. And out of nowhere, you and Larry just started having a burping competition in
Oh,
the
I think you told us before.
in the middle of fucking like this jam-packed Five Guys restaurant, and families were right next to us with like little kids, and they're all like looking at both of you because I wasn't partaking. I was just like, what the fuck are these two doing? And you guys just
I
didn't
also
care.
feel like it depends on who you're with, because I might not do that in front of my girl or like by myself or like someone that I don't really know. But when it's like everybody ganged up, like if it was me, you, Larry, and our friend Dro, like we would just be reckless all the time, especially if there's a camera filming us.
Yeah,
Like we're going to act reckless
yeah,
purposely, in public.
yeah.
Purposely. What's the word?
Purposely.
Purposely.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, especially if there's a camera. Like we just tend to, bro. Remember like the group hug we did at Getty Museum,
Yeah.
bro? That was nuts. Like that
Was
doesn't
it
happen
though?
normally.
Like, no, come on, bro.
But that doesn't happen normally, bro. Like where you start a group hug and more and more people join in, like
Dude.
strangers.
Dude, I want to be known for that.
But like honestly, like that doesn't happen.
In COVID times, dude,
No,
that
COVID,
sounds
it would
sick.
never happen.
Oh, nah,
wouldn't
it
happen
has to,
anymore.
bro. Like you have to bring a group of people that randomly seem like they're not part of it, and they just come
Yeah.
in. Oh, dude, I'm
'Cause
so
that's
doing
what
that.
made people-
Oh, I'm writing that
That's
down.
what
Hold
made
on, I got
people want to
excited.
join in. They just saw the group getting bigger and bigger, and they just decided to, be part of the group hug.
I'm writing this down.
But But like that happens only when you're surrounded yourself with people that you're comfortable with. And if you happen to be filming something, then it's like it just triggers one thing to the next.
Yeah.
That's why it's much easier to get content when you're surrounded by people you're comfortable with.
I no, I that's that's a given, you know, for sure. It just anything, just being yourself. Some people
Yeah.
can act themselves no matter who they're around. Other people have a harder time doing that. It's crazy how there's also that dynamic when you're hanging around with the opposite sex, especially you're in a relationship and it's you and your girl, how you are with your girl versus how you are with your boys versus how your girl is with her girls. You know, so
Yeah.
there's such a different dynamic, you know, because there's an underlining factor of respect. Not to say that, you know, when you're not with your girl you act reckless, but out of respect, there's certain things that even like I wouldn't say like around your girl fucking around, like saying some dumb shit because it's just disrespectful. Like it just I don't know. I don't have any boundaries. Like it was your girl's birthday the other day and I texted her today. I know I'm a horrible friend. And I was like, "Oh, hey, Carol, like I'm so sorry I missed your birthday, but I hope you're good. I miss you. And I know it's cold, so Michelle's dick is probably super small right now, but I hope you're still happy." So I guess I don't really have boundaries, but it is what it is, right?
I mean, that's what makes you you.
Yeah.
You know?
I
If you don't
guess.
say some shit like that, then it's not really Nick.
Yeah, yeah. I guess yeah. When I get comfortable with people, I don't really have like necessarily not like boundaries, but obviously like I have boundaries. But when it comes to like saying some reckless shit, I would probably say like some reckless shit just to get a laugh or a trigger out of somebody, not to
Right.
not to spark argument or you know a fight. Just maybe a little bit of controversy.
Yeah, you love that.
Yeah, it's fun.
You love pressing buttons, triggering people.
Certain people, yeah.
Yeah. Because the more serious the person becomes, the more you have fun. Right?
Yeah. And then when they don't care, it's not fun. So
Yeah.
you just gotta be like, fuck it. But it's like, cause you've tried that before where I'm making fun of you or picking on you or just getting on your nerves and you pretend like you don't care. But I know you care. I know you care. And I know you're pretending like you don't care.
You love that shit. You fucking dig for that shit. It's so fucking annoying.
God.
But it's crazy because like I feel like there's gonna be times where I'm really gonna be pissed at you and you're just gonna laugh even more. And like, how can I show you that I'm serious if you just constantly laugh about it? Like, you know, it's a dangerous game.
Yeah, and you know, I actually had an issue in a previous relationship because of that.
Wow, really?
Yeah, yeah. Where
What happened?
sometimes I deal with certain situations in laughter. Like that's just who I am. I'm a child, you know. In certain aspects, I don't want to lose that child in me. I'm a creative and I'm an artist and I'm going to continue being that because the inner child in me is what keeps me creative and keeps me alive. If I lose that, I feel like I'm losing a part of myself.
I think most importantly is like what keeps you like having fun.
Yeah, happy. Like happiness above everything, bro. And being silly, being goofy, like with my dog, with my friends, that's just part of me. And I love it. I don't want to lose the smile. And I don't know, I'm naturally a happy person. So dealing with certain situations, especially when
You don't know how to deal with it.
yeah, like the first thing that comes to mind,
like an innocent kid.
yeah. Well, it's not that I don't know how to deal with it. It's just naturally I just start smiling. I don't laugh like Like I don't do that. Like that's triggering. But I just smile. I'm just like, wow, you know, like the.
But isn't that what happened to Logan Paul when he went in the forest? Isn't that how he dealt with it?
Yeah, yeah, that's what he said, 100%. So I mean, I don't blame him.
You don't blame him?
I don't blame him, bro. Like he was also like a kid. He didn't know. I think that it was great that it happened to him because I'm sure that that made him a better human being and a better person, and it humbled him. So
Yeah,
I think Logan Paul needed that to happen to grow as a human. And I honestly, as a content creator, I've been following him, so have you, for a very long time, since like Vine days. And there was a certain point that I kind of stopped following him when he was doing the daily vlogs because I was just like, this content's not for me. And it wasn't. It wasn't targeted to people our age. It was younger people. So I kind of stopped watching him. But I feel like when that happened, and because he took a little break and just worked on himself and reestablished himself, he came out more mature and came out with a more mature content.
I agree.
And then I
with the podcast,
yeah,
right?
with the podcast, even his vlogs, he started doing vlogs, which I loved. I wish he would have continued doing them.
Oh, I love his vlogs now.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
His vlogs looks like actual fucking documentaries.
Yeah, bro, it was
and
so
that's
sick.
what I strive for. Like, I would love to be able to execute vlogs like he does.
Yes, I loved it.
He treats it like an actual doc.
I absolutely loved it, bro. And it was like him and his boys talking shit, living in one house. I feel like it was dope. It was just a great dynamic.
Did you see the Pokemon one where he lost like 3.5 million?
I did. But
bro, that video was so well done.
Oh no, I didn't watch the video. I just watched like a minute clip on like Instagram or something. I gotta watch it.
You should watch the whole vlog.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Bro, he's so good at storytelling.
Yeah.
So good.
Dude's talented as
so
hell. So
underrated too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's not really underrated because he's pretty fucking popular.
Yeah,
he gets like a lot of views, but
right.
Underrated as far as being known as a storyteller.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd say.
But yeah, no, I definitely think that incident needed to happen for him to just move on, take on the next step. Because I feel like every great artist and every great creator needs to move on to the next step, you know? And it doesn't necessarily mean that you go from one thing to another. Like you don't go from fucking creating pies to being a technician at NASA, you know, like you could, but that's not really how shit goes. It's usually like a Kanye West, for example. I think the reason that he's a legend, and he is a legend, even though a lot of people don't like him, bro, he's been relevant for the past 20 fucking years. Huh?
My girl hates him.
A lot of women hate him. Majority of like women do not like him.
No, they don't.
I think. But I love the like his longevity. Like, dude is a fucking beast because he's always able to change up.
Pioneer at things.
Exactly. He's always able to change some shit up and experiment. He's not scared to experiment, and then it becomes the norm because he fucking did that shit, and then it becomes a trend-setting thing, you know? So I feel like that is dope as hell. Bro, I want to be able to interview these people, bring them on the podcast and shit, but one of the things that I do not want to do, and I hope that this shit never happens, because I see some people come into certain podcasts and I just feel like they're fucking sucking their dick the entire interview. I'm like, bro, get off this person's nuts. You know what I mean? There's like, they just agree with whatever they say.
You're saying the host is doing that to the guest?
To the guest, yeah. Like the guest is just saying some shit.
So you don't want to suck no dicks?
No dick sucking on this podcast.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Okay. What do you want to do?
Just interview them humbly and give them my opinion if I disagree with them. That's why I feel like Joe Rogan is a great host, because if he disagrees with you, he'll let you know and he'll ask you. You know, he'll say like, "Oh,
what do you think of the controversial shit that he's going through right now?"
What controversial shit?
I think like people are going off on him for spreading misinformation.
What
Like as
misinformation?
far as like the vaccine, which he apologized for, like certain things I guess he said that wasn't all that true according to the science community. I don't know. I have no idea. But he said some things that are not agreed upon by the majority of, the establishment. So he's kind of going through some shit right now as far as like just being controversial, and people are going after Spotify for, exclusively hosting him.
That's why one day I'll be fucking huge, and so will you. And I will never want to be able to sell my rights to any of these major networks for no matter the amount of money, because this shit
But like
ends up
this is why it's a
happening.
problem, because he has such a massive audience. That's why it's a problem. Because if he wasn't that big,
Well,
like if he wasn't
yes.
Joe Rogan,
Yes, 100%. 100%. And on top of that, it's like Spotify could, and they have before, shut him up. Like they
no,
said.
but he's admitted that he's had more freedom with Spotify than YouTube, because YouTube took a lot of his
I
shit
mean,
down as
yeah,
well.
YouTube for sure. For sure. But I'm just saying, like, there's still somebody that is censoring you in some way, shape, or form. Like, if you're able to do that shit on your own website, and Joe Rogan has enough viewers and audience that he's able to do that, it's just that he's obviously not going to get the same thing as Spotify because there's so many users already using Spotify. But if you're Joe Rogan, you got the funds, you're able to create a fucking app, have people download your app, and you're that big of an entity, and if it's free, I feel like you could do that. It's just
No, but he has
harder.
like an exclusive deal right now with Spotify.
No, I
They
know
don't
that.
necessarily own his content, but they're just being the exclusive distributor.
Yeah, no,
You
no.
know?
I know that he signed a fucking huge deal. But I'm just saying, like, because when you sign to these companies, they still have some control over you, like censorship. Ah, look at you being a good dad. Wow. Oh my god, bro. My dog does that shit. It irks the fuck out of me. I'm like,
Oh
are
my
you
God.
kidding me?
She was crying here the whole time to get out, and I turned on. I opened the door. They want to come back.
Oh my god, bro. That should be irking me. It makes me like look at my dog like, you realize that I can fucking kick you and kill you right now, right?
Damn, Nick.
Yeah. I want to kill my dog.
Wow, Nick, you shouldn't be saying that, dude. You're gonna get canceled. I feel like I'm not really scared of getting canceled, but at the same time, I am.
Like,
Like, I don't want to be censored. That's the thing.
yeah,
Like, if I say something controversial or like something that the majority of the people don't agree with, like a fucking big tech company like Facebook or fucking Google, like goes and just censors me and kills my entire
yes.
career, because I depend on those platforms
Yes.
to make a living.
That's what I have a fear of as well, but I'm not scared of publicly or by social media getting canceled because I know myself. You know what I mean? I know my values and I know my morals. So
Yeah, but people pull out. Like, if you're working with big brands, look what happened to
I
Jeff
understand.
Wittick,
I
you know?
understand, bro. I definitely understand. I get it. But that's why I want to be able to fucking make my own money in any type of way, shape, or form. Like, yeah, fucking make good ass money off of filmmaking, but invest into other shit, into properties, into other investments that I don't have to worry about anybody's shit. Like, whatever. Like, I'm good.
You're
I
saying
also,
to make money outside of your industry.
yeah, for sure. And on top of that, like, I want to establish an audience and I want people to listen to me in like my authentic self. I could be wrong. I'm not a fucking perfect human, bro. And I could say something that's wrong. And then later on, I could think about it and be like, oh shit, like that actually sounds wrong. Like, nah, that's not really how I feel.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I think there's so much pressure in, oh, he said this or she said that. And now, like, they should be canceled. It's like, wait, hold on, bro. Like, everybody's a human. And you're targeting these people specifically because they have an audience. So you're trying to cancel their money and trying to cancel them. Like, why? Like, you these individuals that are out there, like, talking or or calling for these people to be canceled, they probably said worse shit in their lives to other people or to whomever. You don't see somebody else trying to go to their job and be like, hey, this person should work here because they said some fucking racist shit in high school to this Asian person or to this fucking black person or this white person or whatever.
Yeah. You gotta be careful even like the way you tweet.
For sure. Everything.
You know, like it's becoming a thing where people tweet something and then like 5-6 years later they get fired from their job. That happens all the time.
Yep.
I don't know, bro. I think it's sad that we're slowly losing our freedom of speech, man. Like, even if my opinion is wrong, why can't I still say it? Like, it's my choice. I mean, like, I get it. Like, I get the fact that you're spreading misinformation at times, but like, who the fuck is to say what misinformation really is?
Here's the thing, though, bro. Like, you're tweeting this, right? So you're doing that on somebody else's company. So now the tweet that you said, let's say you put out a racist tweet. It's not even about just you. There's racism on Twitter. You know what I mean? That company, there's racism there that shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
You know,
someone randomly can stumble across that.
Right. So
I get that part.
And the company of Twitter, the company is going to take heat for that because now there's racism on their platform and they're allowing it, you know? So
see, but that sounds very wrong to me to say some racist shit on there, but like to say some stuff that like the establishment doesn't agree or any government agency doesn't agree with, then I feel like it's like, what the fuck? Then like,
why can't I like, feel you, but
what is the point of this, you know?
But
like, this is for us to share things, share ideas.
It's their company. If they don't want it, they don't have to leave it there. They could censor whatever the fuck they want to censor if you think about it. I mean,
I get it.
I mean, these companies technically aren't allowed to censor certain things according to like government and shit like that. And they have to censor certain things because of government and shit like that. So it even goes beyond them. But regardless, you're doing this on somebody else's platform. Like, I think if you had your own platform, then you can't be fucking canceled.
You're right, but like that's like creating a whole new social media too, where you can engage with your audience.
Yeah.
Without like having it be someone like that's so hard. You got to be a fucking, engineer now, like a coder, like that's crazy.
I mean, yeah, I feel you. You got to have the funds.
Look at Logan Paul. Logan, going back to him, like he has his own platform where people pay monthly for exclusive content.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And there's a lot of people that do that.
He's able to be more free in those type of content as well because people are actually like fully supporting by, giving monthly payments for him. But he's big enough where he collected so much people on these platforms like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all that. And these people from those platforms are signing up for his website.
Exactly. Same thing as the Nelk Boys. What's the name of that one dude?
They have a platform?
Yeah, the Nelk Boys have a platform.
What do they have? Like exclusive videos?
A website where they have exclusive videos. They even have like, I saw a thing where it's like naked girls, like basically like a OnlyFans, but it's not OnlyFans. It's hosted on their website, and they have like a new girl every week. I saw that. They have discounts on their merch, exclusive videos, certain shit like that.
Right.
Chance for like,
and it's not it's not like Patreon or something, because a lot of people also use Patreon.
No, it's their own website.
That's also relying on Patreon.
Yeah, it's their own website. Also, what's the name of that one crazy white boy from Boca? Vitaly, yeah. He's got his own shit. You don't see him anymore on YouTube at all. He's got his own shit.
Yeah. I mean, these things definitely pay up if you got a lot of people signing up. And that's like a a regular paint. Like that's a steady income.
That's what I'm saying. If I was Joe Rogan, like, I get it. The money is great in a Spotify deal per se, but once you're out of that shit, use that money to fucking create your own thing.
Yeah, it's just so hard to convert though. Like
100%, you're not going to convert as
percentage. Right.
But
and like
it is what it is.
The thing about these platforms like YouTube and Spotify, there's already users like there's people that already use those platforms, you know? So there's like they don't have to sign up. It's like it's just something that gets embedded in their ecosystem. Bro, on how they use the internet.
He can do the same thing that he's doing on Spotify. What does he do on YouTube? He puts clips on YouTube. So he could fucking open up his own platform, put the full podcast episode on his platform, grab 5 or 6, 8 clips, and put it on YouTube and Spotify.
I get that, but I don't know if you heard what I said as far as like people already having their username created. So it's much easier for you to like listen to Joe Rogan on Spotify because I use Spotify to listen to other stuff versus me signing up for his website and, you know, adding a payment method as well. Like it's just more friction you're adding.
I feel you, but that's the cost of being independent. Like you're gonna convert less. You're right. You're not gonna get the same amount of users, but maybe in the long term you might get more fucking users. It'll take way longer to create, but just the whole fact of being independent to me is huge.
Yeah.
Creatively, censorship, everything.
I mean, that's true. I just think it's very challenging to convert people.
I definitely like agree.
You have to have a massive audience, massive in these platforms for you to like fully convert them to your website.
I agree. And the people that we all mentioned have massive platforms. Joe Rogan, Nelk Boys, Vitaly, Logan Paul.
Because like I want to get involved, but like I would want to like get even started with Patreon because that goes back to what I was saying. Like there's people that already use Patreon for other creators. So they already have like a whole username with the payment method already set up.
Right. No,
you know, so they could just follow me or don't, you know, click one of my tiers to like help support.
Yeah, no. And you should do that. It's what I just mentioned with Joe Rogan and his Spotify deal. He should take the Spotify deal, get the money and use that to create his own shit. You know, like, you're going to continue creating your audience and you're eventually going to get bigger.
Yeah, but he has to do it for like 3 years.
Yeah.
He can't do it right now.
I know that. But I mean, eventually he can, you know. It's an eventual thing. It's a long-term goal, not a short-term thing.
No, I agree. We'll see what happens. I feel like with this whole blockchain thing also like creates some resistance for like not getting so easily canceled, you know.
Wait, why?
Because these things are on chain, like they're decentralized.
What's decentralized?
There's platforms that I feel like eventually it could be like, you know, these social media networks are going to be run on top of a blockchain that's decentralized and there's no like real headquarters, you know?
Yeah, but you can it's not even just about getting canceled by the headquarter. If you get canceled like publicly, you know, like media doesn't like you in general.
As long as you don't break the laws, you know, like you're not like posting fucking like illegal shit.
Right.
Like you have to be posting something that's more of like just having the freedom of speech, you know?
Well, what I'm saying is like,
because if something illegal gets embedded into the blockchain, then that's evidence that you did something wrong and you should pay the fine for it.
Right. But what I'm saying is like, all right, there's this decentralized platform that you have 1 million subs in, and you're making $100,000 a month from your 1 million subs. If you get shunned, you do something where people don't like and you get quote unquote canceled, but there is no platform, so they can't kick you from the platform. you're going to get less viewers. You're going to get people to invest in you less. So unsubscribing. So you're not going to now make $100,000. You're going to make, let's say, $10,000, you know?
Right.
So
which I think is completely fair. Like, that's a good model.
Right.
Because if the public doesn't support you, they're going to back out.
Right.
And then you're going to make less money because you fucked up.
But
I think that's perfectly fair.
But you could still, in a way, get canceled. You see what I'm saying? Like, you could even go to fucking making $1,000.
Well, you're not getting canceled. Like, you still have the liberty to post. You still have the liberty to come out with content and still be able to do your shit.
Yeah.
It's just the public's point of view changed.
I guess what I mean by canceled is the public, not these platforms. Like, Logan Paul at one time got canceled because of what happened, the incident that happened in Japan.
Right, like YouTube restricted his monetization at one point.
Yeah, but even besides that, like, people didn't fuck with him. Like, nobody wanted to be associated with him. They didn't want him on their shows. Anybody. That's another thing. Like, brands, like other brands, they just didn't want to fuck with him. So that's, to me, being canceled, not necessarily like, I mean, yeah, that's part of it too, like Facebook demonetizing you or YouTube or whatever, you know, that's part of it as well. But I think it's the whole shebang, not just the platform, it's the people as well. So I still think you could get quote unquote canceled if it's a decentralized platform. It's just that the platform, you won't get kicked out of the platform. That's the only plus side to it. Like there is no demonetizing.
Like, you can't really hold anyone accountable, right? Like, if it's something decentralized.
Yeah.
Because, like, right now, like, they're holding Spotify accountable for what Joe Rogan said because it's a centralized company. But if it's literally all over the web, then, like, who the fuck are they going to go after?
I feel you, but if the company's big enough, like, that sounds dope and there might be a platform like that, but eventually if that platform gets big enough, it's going to be another Facebook or another Instagram or another fucking TikTok or Snapchat, whatever, where they have to now start abiding by certain rules and certain laws, and they're going to get more involved into it. Unfortunately, that's just the world that we live in. Once they profit enough money, they just want to get bigger and bigger and bigger. In order for you to do that, you have to abide by certain legislations and certain laws, because now you're applying in different brackets.
I definitely get that. I definitely get that you can't break any rules, but it's just like stopping Bitcoin. You know, it's kind of hard right now because it's decentralized and there's servers being, you know, hosting the blockchain all over the world. So that's why I feel like till today the government hasn't been able to shut it down.
Well, sure, but it's
so many people.
It's not necessarily about shutting it down, though. The government could just say, "Hey, Bitcoin is illegal in the United States," and to me, that's a form of shutting it down. You don't have to necessarily, like, stop fucking Bitcoin because it's a blockchain. Like, you can't. It's decentralized. It's in so many different computers at once.
Right. But it's not gonna stop, is what I'm saying.
Right. It won't stop. But now, if
just like drugs don't stop from being, you know,
100%, but
illegally sold.
But it's now gonna limit Bitcoin. Now it's gonna have a way, you know, smaller cap space.
Which could help with the price, even. You know, because it's illegal and it's harder to get and harder to transact with it, it'll be worth more. I don't know. I don't know what the market is going to do.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
No one does, I feel.
Yeah, no one does. I personally predict the opposite because
I do think that regulators are going to crack down and, like, obviously be able to, like, track these people down. Like, even people, like, in the black market, you know, doing illegal shit.
Yeah.
I do think that the government could crack down and actually implement the blockchain for the law.
Yeah.
I don't agree with, like, the whole illegal shit, but I'm just saying, like, there's so much possibilities that we can do on the blockchain that can just solve so many problems.
No, yeah. I definitely feel that blockchain technology is, like, one of the main technologies in this next decade that's going to revolutionize a lot of industries.
I agree, especially with gaming. We talked about this on the live stream. Like, bruh, gaming is huge when it comes to the blockchain. By doing microtransactions, like being able to, like, you know, download or buy certain plugins or wardrobe or weapons for whatever game, like, There's so much shit you can do, and if it's like in a currency that, you know, has very low fees and it's decentralized and, you know, always increases in value because it's limited in a hard cap, I don't see a reason why it wouldn't take off.
Yeah, no, I agree. Even like every industry, man, like cars, for example. If I purchase the car, now I'm on the blockchain, and then if I sell it to you, now you're on the blockchain, and you could see all the details when I bought it. You know, you can't change those details, and now I can see all the details when you bought it, and then you sell it to the next person. They can see the details on me and you, so on and so forth.
It's a public ledger. Mm-hmm. That's verifiable by anybody who looks at it.
Yeah, no, I think,
and that's why NFTs are pretty like special if you utilize it the right way.
Yeah,
like because it gives you legitimacy to like that you really own this thing that can give you access to more things.
Yeah,
you know, like I heard Bored Ape, like you can even like go on a yacht now if you own like a Bored Ape NFT.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like exclusive parties and stuff.
Right, exactly. So like if it gives you certain like memberships for things or certain perks, then that can be very useful.
I think that's cool as hell, honestly. If I were to have an NFT, I would want the same thing where it's like, hey, you could only get to this party if you have this NFT. I think that's so dope.
Or even having access to you. Like if you can only talk to me if you have this NFT.
Yeah, facts.
That's great. Like if you really utilize your time, if you really value your time, like people can only talk to you. They can't even email you. They can only access you if you have this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's super dope.
And I could see that being like true to big celebrities. You know? Like imagine having access to Beyonce just because you own something that she created.
I thought when Gary Vee spoke to our friend Larry, and it took me a couple of times of rewatching that video to understand what he was saying, but what he was mentioning to them, they're fitness influencers, so they're selling their fitness programs, and what Gary was saying is to make the receipt an NFT, and there's a certain amount. So now it's exclusive, and then in the future people could trade and it could keep creating value and you get kickbacks out of that. You could add every time somebody sells this NFT, you get 10% or 5% or whatever percent. You know, so imagine that. Like the original artist is always going to get paid from this. I think that's so dope. Did one of our do you know this guy named Igor? He's a friend of mine. I don't know if he called you or contacted you. No? Mm-mm. He's got this...
Oh, wait. I think I do know who you're talking about. Brazilian cat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He reached out. Super cool dude. And he's living in New York. I met him over in Florida. I went to high school with his brother. And he was telling me about this new NFT project that he's been working on, which is Angry Boars. And he was like, yo, like, I want you to like be part of this. So I'd want to be able to give you one. And I understand where the value in that lies. I'm an influencer. They look dope. I'm going to say like, hey, I got an NFT. The value is going to go up.
Why do you call yourself an influencer? That's so cringe.
I mean, in a sense of like, I am an influencer, bro. You're a fucking influencer as well. And I feel you. I hate that fucking word. Even like a content creator or influencer or any of that shit sounds terrible.
Content creator sounds more on point though. You're a creator that creates content.
I still think that shit sounds terrible because when you say content
influencer
creator,
is horrible. Influencer is like, oh, I have influence upon people.
I mean, that's what it is,
Martin
though.
Luther King.
No. Now you're overthinking it, but that's just what it is. You have influence.
I just think it's cringe when people call themselves influencers, and you just did it, so I pointed it out.
Well, I think it's cringe when people say content creators. So we're on the different opposite sides of the spectrum here.
Guys, vote in the comments. Do you think it's better to call yourself an influencer or a content creator?
Nah, because I think they both sound terrible. I don't think that like one's
well,
better
I'm trying
than the other.
To see which one is better. I personally think that content creator sounds better than a influencer. Like I would never want to call myself an influencer.
I agree that it sounds better, but you know what comes to mind? I live here in LA, so you've lived here too. Like, there's people that are on TikTok that call themselves content creators, and it fucking irks me because I'm like, bro, like, when I say content creator, it is. And when I say content creator, that's what people fucking assume. And I feel disrespected that my fucking craft is compared to TikToks. I feel you, but that's my artist ego, and I don't want to change that shit.
Well, then call yourself a filmmaker then, because you make films.
Then I do. I call myself a filmmaker. But I call myself an influencer, and sometimes I fucking call myself a content creator, and sometimes I fucking call myself.
What was your point? What was your point? Like,
I don't know. I don't know. Now you got me all hot and shit. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about.
I just thought it was cringe, bro. So I pointed it out. Okay. Gosh.
Fucked me up, Marty.
Sorry, dude.
Did you see that?
Something about you being a content or influencer.
Yeah. No shit.
I don't know what you were talking about though.
Did you see that volcano that erupted in the Pacific?
Yeah. Crazy.
That was wild.
Damn. Are you guys still in a tsunami watch? Like the coastal cities?
I don't know, but I mean, sure. If it would have came here to LA, like LA was in a tsunami watch, but I was like, LA, maybe Santa Monica, obviously, and like Venice, Malibu. But LA, like downtown LA and shit, that shit would never get to downtown LA. You know how big a tsunami needs to be for that to happen?
Yeah, especially in the valley where you stay at.
Right.
It needs to go over that mountain.
Bro, it needs to go through so many valleys. Just Malibu in general, like, is a massive valley.
Of course, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it needs to canyons. Be a huge ass motherfucking wave.
Yeah, that would never.
I think
happen.
It has to be multiple waves. That it can't just be one.
Right. It needs to be
like when a really big one and then like another big one that keeps going farther and farther.
Yeah, like a super tsunami or some shit.
Yeah. Those definitely terrify me.
Did you see the satellite images?
Yeah.
That looked like a bomb.
Yeah, it did.
What did you think about it?
Nuts. It looked fake to me, but hey, whatever.
I know. I was just waiting for it. I saw Joe Rogan.
It honestly looked like somebody did that shit on Photoshop.
I saw Joe Rogan
it's just
post
pictures. It's not even like video.
Right. I saw Joe Rogan post it, and then somebody's comment was like, "Flat Earthers having a heart attack right now." I was dying.
I don't get I don't get that. It doesn't prove anything.
It doesn't prove anything, but it's just funny. But I mean, like,
yeah.
I mean, like I said, I choose not to believe the Earth is flat, and so I mean, people that I still have that side that I'm like, I don't know because I've never been out there, but there's people that even for me saying that would be like, are you stupid? Like, yeah, you haven't been out there, of course, because you're not a fucking rocket scientist or astronaut. But there's people that get paid good money to do this shit, you know? So you're calling all these people fucking liars and shit like that? All these people lie? I don't fucking know. I never talked to any of these people.
Yeah, I don't know. And they're probably, they work for someone. These scientists work for someone. Someone always works for someone.
Yeah.
So who knows if what they're saying is legitimate, because they're pretty biased if somebody's paying them.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the Canary Islands? I think I've mentioned this to you before.
Ooh, Canary Islands. I don't know. That sounds familiar though.
Yeah, everybody has like a 2 foot long dick and they fuck. No, I'm just kidding.
Where is this place? Oh.
It's in Africa.
Okay.
It's in West Africa. It's actually like a small island in West Africa. And it has, I don't know if the volcano is active or dormant, but it erupted, I don't know, maybe like 100 years ago or some shit like that. And last time that it did erupt, the island, it kind of, when there's an eruption, it basically causes like a small fucking like earthquake, or like it shakes the earth around that part, and half the island kind of started falling into the ocean. So scientists predict that next time that it does erupt, that part of the island will slip and fall into the ocean. And when it falls into the ocean, it's going to cause a super tsunami.
Jesus.
And that super tsunami
to hit where? Brazil?
Brazil as well, a lot of fucking places. But the United States, like the East Coast cities in the United States, would get wiped.
Wait, so like there's a lot of the East Coast though. There's Brazil, there's Argentina,
Yeah,
there's
yeah. Dude.
even Florida. Damn,
Florida would be underwater. Florida would be underwater. That's what they say.
All the like Jamaica, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico.
They would all get fucking hit hardcore. New York, Boston, Toronto.
I feel like the best place to live. I don't mean what is the safest place to live?
In the mountains somewhere.
Like the Rockies of Colorado, like in the middle of
too popular. Too many people know about the fucking Rockies. It needs to be some mountain in fucking Montana or Wyoming or some shit that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
Or no, wait, hold on. Isn't that where like
Montana?
Isn't that where that super tsunami is under Yellowstone?
Yeah. Why Yellowstone is a super volcano.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You said tsunami.
No, oh, did I? Sorry. Yeah, super volcano.
Yeah, it's a super volcano that is in the Yellowstone, which is located in Wyoming.
Right.
So yeah, but if that explodes, like even Florida will feel it.
Oh, the entire world will feel that shit.
Yeah.
With the ashes. Yo, actually,
pretty much we're fucked. Yeah, you know, there's no way you can go.
We're absolutely fucked.
No place you can hide.
Actually, it's funny that you mentioned that because I filmed this weekend, and before I filmed, I checked the weather. There was supposed to be no rain. The volcano erupted, and it's been raining here in LA for the past 2 days.
What does that got to do with the rain, though?
The ashes mix with clouds, and then they fucking go and spread.
Damn. So you guys are breathing in ashes?
Well, I think it goes high into the atmosphere, and it goes like... I don't know, bro. I'm not a fucking scientist. I don't know shit. But this is my predictions.
Damn. Okay, Nick.
Ooh. Marty? My headphones died, so I think it's time to wrap.
What?
My headphones died.
You want to call it a day?
Let's call it a day.
Call it a night?
Let's call it a night.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Podcast with Nick and Marty. We really appreciate you guys for everything you do, for sticking around, and we hope to be very consistent this year and constantly entertain and educate you guys. That is my goal, and I'm sure Nick feels the same way. Guys, we really appreciate the comments and the likes, so feel free to give more of that. All right, see you guys next week. All right, we love you guys, and take care of yourself. You know, that Omicron getting people.